Greetings, ladies and gentle readers. I finished reading me Bones in the Dark, Uncharted Mage. A relatively nice fantasy novel that I particularly enjoyed, believe it or not. I'm not always negative, which you might get the impression of, given some of the reviews that I've done on this channel. Ooh. But this was a book written by T.F. Warden. Wasn't sure who he was, so I tracked him down on his royal road. And it looks like they're a corporate lawyer, and they write fantasy for fun. Now, I must admit, I'm not completely certain that they are also not using AI in some fashion, because it says that they joined in 2025, and they've written almost 1 million words in under a year. Supposedly. That's, yeah, that's. Though I suppose it's possible he had a backlog when he first started. Maybe he was writing for a couple of years previous. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, because it didn't read like AI. Case in point, it read nothing like the, I wanted all this skill. No, I wanted one skill and got them all. I don't know, whatever that book was. Yeah, it didn't read like that. This was actually pretty coherent. The characters in the book actually reacted as you would kind of expect in certain situations that they were placed in. Not everyone was immediately on Team MC, which is what you definitely have in that other thing that was written. And I like the setting that we get plopped into. Essentially, the character is recently graduated out of the academy, where she was a little aggro, just little aggro, got a little bit of talent, and she's sent to this city because they're having some issues. And there she stumbles upon a few things. Her role here essentially is in law enforcement, investigating like magic-y things, and she certainly finds some magic-y things. Now, as a newly graduated individual, obviously no one expects a whole lot from her. Kind of has to prove herself repeatedly. And also hopefully not cause too much chaos as she learns, or as she finds out, that certain things have a certain way of, dealing with things, since they're away from the heart of the empire. Some rules are supposed to be, bent, if not outright broken, turning a blind eye to certain things, kind of to keep the peace, right? And yet she just kind of keeps stumbling into one awkward situation after another. And she kind of has to deal with it because she still has a lot of the laws and traditions from the capital, kind of like fueling some of her decisions. So, case in point, one teeny tiny example, on like one of her first days at the new place, the patrol she's on kind of rubs up against some people who are clearly smuggling something, right? And they also clearly outnumber the patrolmen. So the patrolmen are just like, okay, yep, we should be going now. And then she's like, no, there's illegal things afoot. And there's like a whole kerfuffle from that. Because gotta kill the evildoer, or not kill, but gotta serve justice and all that stuff. Now that gets kind of tempered throughout the novel, but you can see where she's starting from, right? And some of the people in the reviews that I noticed down there were even like, yeah, she's a bit too naive for me. It's like, I mean, she was just literally following the law, man. So at times it kind of reminded me of Judge Dredd almost. And I will also say it's not, like, it should be also for Zoomer brains that are just like scrolly, but I guess it's not. there were some people who were like, this book is just too slow for me. Like, but I mean, she gets there and then gets into the fight that I just mentioned fairly early, bloody on. But that's still too slow for you? She arrives at the place, checks in with the dude, is assigned onto a patrol. They run into the smugglers. That's just, I don't know. Because I think they said they gave up at like 8% in, right? What was this, 2-star? Only read, yeah, moving too slowly, gave up 8%. That's actually crazy to me that is too slow for some people these days. Like, yeah, I'm like 30 pages in and no one's dead yet. I'm just gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a skip. Like, oh my god. But all right. I mean, if that's you, you maybe, I guess, want to give this a skip. But anyone who has a rational degree of patience, you're gonna be fine. There's a lot of action in this. There really is. So if you want a nice action fantasy where a, kind of naive girl fresh out of academy gets to a place where she is expected to sling some magic, as is her specialty, and just kind of winds up digging herself deeper and deeper as she just kind of bumbles into like one terrible thing after another, then yeah, this is pretty good. This is good for you. I don't see how you wouldn't enjoy it. On the other hand, if you're looking for a book where, people are smirking 2 or 3 times on every page, if you're looking for an author that doesn't know what words mean, or an author who writes characters that don't react in any way that suggests they were written by a human, then you probably don't want to probably don't want to read this. Yeah, there's a lot of that other slop out there nowadays. You can definitely find that. Probably want to give this one a skip. For everyone else, it's a good fantasy. I liked it. Hope you do too. Let me know if you read it in the comments down below. Looks like they actually had someone, like a human, do the cover. I'm going to assume they also had a human do the writing. And yeah, I enjoyed. Hope you do too. As always, time to find something else to read.